What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. I hope everyone is having a good day today. I will say, if you guys can drop a like and comment on this video, you'll be entered to win this signed Tyrese Maxey jersey that I'm going to be giving away at the end of the month. So go ahead and do that, guys. Go ahead and comment maybe who you think is going to win the NBA Finals or something like that. And then just a disclaimer, guys, there's not that much that really went on since today's video that I filmed. I'm recording this at midnight, so these picks are going to be for Saturday, obviously, in the NBA and stuff. Like we had the Knicks game that's happening and the Houston game and stuff. But not that many plays have really happened because I recorded yesterday's video at like 2 p.m. and now I'm recording at midnight, so there just hasn't been that many plays. We left off with this play being set up right here, and ends up being one of the shorter games on this. It was a 13, I think it was 13-3 or 13-4 in that second map, and we needed this to be a longer game. So if this was literally like 13-7 or 13-8, or if the first game went into overtime, the first game was actually 13-11, so it was quite a longer game. But if the second game was a longer game or even medium game, then these guys probably pick up another like 3 kills and they go over together. And yeah, I mean, it's tough out there, right? This was pretty much opposite correlation in Call of Duty. If you guys have ever played Call of Duty, or any game for that matter, you're gonna see that you have players that you have two teams, right? You have this blue team and this purple team, and as this guy is getting more kills, these guys are not getting as many kills, okay, because they're winning the game, and vice versa, right? So I pretty much bet this with the intention that these guys are going to get a lot of kills. This team, which was actually the favored team, which is called M8, and then they're favored against this Carolina team. This guy's on Carolina, and what happens if these guys get a lot of kills? Like, let's say these guys get 190 kills, for example, which they didn't. They only had 147, but they had a ton of kills. Then this guy is going to have a lot of deaths, because what happens when one team has a lot of kills, one team's going to have a lot, the other team is going to have a lot of deaths. So that's how this is very correlated together. So there's a lot of things you can do with Call of Duty, but it ended up going opposite anyway. League of Legends did hit the correlation wise, very nice correlation up here, and hopefully we can kind of draw some correlation with like this League of Legends hitting, this League of Legends hitting. Maybe we can draw it with this League of Legends hitting overnight, but we'll see how that works. LaMelo Ball, I don't really want to talk about this game, guys. I turned this off within like 5 minutes, and if you guys didn't know, he had 2 points the entire first half, and he went like, I don't know, he literally had 25 minutes, which is really weird to me, because it seemed like Charlotte just kind of gave up. It seemed like they kind of went on a decent run there, and LaMelo had 23 points. And in the fourth quarter, they were within like 25 points of Magic. And I understand that that's really far-fetched to score and get a 25-point differentiation on your opponent, but it's like, guys, it's the playoffs, it's your last game of the season. Like, you might as well, you have like the best 3-point shooters in the whole NBA, or the best 3-point shooting team. Like, you might as well just keep your starters out there and just be like, every possession you get the ball, just shoot from the logo and just try to go on some crazy run. And they didn't do that. They honestly gave up pretty quick. But I mean, LaMelo got 23, guys. What do you know? It's Hook City, always Hook City this whole week. You'll see that I doubled down on LaMelo even, on Sleeper, and he hooked here as well, and he missed by 0.5. I mean, it's a theme of this channel this week, guys. What do you know? We just consistently are missing by 0.5, pretty much like every day now. Yeah, these have been the plays so far in the play-in games. I want to go over this just because, guys, I'm very transparent, and I try to show you guys my wins and losses, but some of these misses have been just very, very, very close and frustratingly close. Draymond cashes this in the last 50 seconds doesn't cash this in the last 50 seconds. Tyler Hero misses this within like 8 seconds of overtime. LaMelo was obviously LaMelo tonight. Devin Booker, I guess, was the least close one of these misses, but he had 16 points at halftime in this game a couple nights ago, and he goes 1 for 9 in the second half. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how we're 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the NBA over the past couple of days. Oh, by the way, also Porzingis, which was another play, and he does go under. So I guess we're 4 and 4. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been that week. It's just been that week. I will say, like, you have to go all the way back. Like, if you look at last Sunday, we hit this play here for a 5.25x, and we go up 4.25 units because of this entry. And I talk about this a lot, guys. On PrizePicks, you're never going to win more than you lose unless you take like some crazy Green Goblin strategy, which newsflash, there's not a crazy Green Goblin strategy that's going to profit you long term. It's you're just wasting money. But with this play like this, you go up 4.5 units, and you can also think about this as you're paying for 4 losses, all right? So if you literally hit this and you have 4 losses, loss, you're still in the green. You're still in the green actually 0.25 units. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that's how you need to think long term, because on PrizePicks, guys, you could miss 9 entries in a row or 8 entries in a row and then hit a 10x, and you're actually in the green over the span of like 10 entries, right? So something to note there. I already went over the Tyrese Maxey jersey, and let's go ahead and get in the first play of the day, all right? So 2 picks today are going to be on Sleeper because of the discounts, guys. And it's so, like, I can't not send out a Sleeper discount when it's 2 free picks today, all right? So there's 3 picks in total today. Here are the first 2 on Sleeper. If you guys don't understand what's going on in this picture, 2 completely free picks, all right? These are not Taco Tuesday plays where they're discounted by like 4 points. These aren't picks where, like it's not a discount. It's not some sort of, 20% boost. Completely free entries, okay? We have Ottinger to get 1 save tomorrow, okay? These guys normally average like 25 saves a night. 1 save tomorrow. So he's definitely going to go ahead and do that. And then we need Kevin Durant to record 1 point, okay? So 1 save, 1 point. These guys are going to do this within the first 2 minutes of the game. This is why I always talk about you need to get Sleeper, okay? It's the easiest app to just get on every single day. Are you going to become rich on Sleeper? No, you're not. But every single day, just go on Sleeper and see what they have to offer as far as the free picks. They have free picks, they have discounts, they have completely free entries, like $5 to $10 entries, just completely free, risk-free. What I would recommend to do is to like start out, maybe put like $100 into Sleeper. You can use my code PAID. My code's right here, guys, PAID. Here's another free pick that they gave the other day for the Masters. It was Rory to just get 1 stroke. Obviously, that's really free. But my code PAID here, you can text me Sleeper right here, and I'll get you guys in. But what I recommend, put like $100 in and just use the promos every day. Set an alarm, wake up before you go to bed, whatever it is, and just take the promos, all right, every single day. And you will make money, all right? It might be $1,000, $2,000 over the course of a couple of months, or over the course of half a year, 9 months, whatever it is. But guys, that's an extra $1,000, $2,000 in you guys' pocket. You can then transfer that on to other apps and make money with other apps. Okay, so very important to understand that, guys. You can literally make like a side hustle type income off a Sleeper with 5 minutes a day. And it's betting, guys. It's fun, right? It's something to root for at night. Like, there's a lot of times where it'll be like randomly, like, right before bed, it'll be like 10 p.m. and I'll be like, oh, I have no entries going on, but I have a random Counter-Strike game that's going on Sleeper. So really nice stuff there. Again, I need a $10 deposit or more to get credit to get 2 months free of the VIP. But you guys will see here, I already took the promo, so the promos would normally be here. And tomorrow they're going to have slash lines. But I'm going to go through this, guys. They have a 30% boost. They have a $5 protected entry on Counter-Strike, all right? You don't even have to know what you're doing in Counter-Strike. Just use this and go into the Counter-Strike tab right here and just start clicking random people. This is completely free $5, all right? This is like someone walking up to you on the street and just being like, put this $5 on anything you want. What I recommend you do with these protected entries is try to get like 5-man, 6-man, 7-mans, even 8-mans caching. And if you can cash 1 7-man every couple of months, that can be a free $5 into like, sometimes these will be 40, 50 X's, all right? So you'll turn $5 into like $250 every like 2 to 3 months or something like that. All right, so just go in, use these promos. Right, here's a free protected entry in NBA, a free protected entry in golf, a free $10 in NBA tomorrow, guys. So I'm gonna make sure to use this one for sure. I'm gonna send this out to at least my VIP and maybe a free pick. So this is 5, 10, 15, $25 in free entries right here on Sleeper. So, and then on top of that, they have a 30% boost and 2 free picks, okay? So I know I talked about Sleeper a lot today, but guys, I'm not even selling you anything. Like, I'm selling you making completely free money, all right? Like, your first priority of the day before putting $10 on entries on PrizePicks, take a free $10 entry on Sleeper, and stuff. So again, sign up for that, guys. My number will be up here on the screen as well as Sleeper, and you guys will get signed up for that. This is the plays, by the way. I haven't even really talked about them, but it's going to be AO to go over 10 points. This is one of my favorite picks. I don't believe this is on PrizePicks, but this is one of my favorite picks of the day. And then I have DeAndre Ayton to go under points and assists, okay? So Ayton under points and assists, AO to go over points, and you guys, obviously, it doesn't really matter which one you take because these are just going to both hit, and these are both 3Xs. So we only need to cash 1 out of 2 of these. Right? If we cash this for $31, then we would be up we would be up $21.8. And let's say we missed this one, right? So we cashed this one, missed this one, then we'd be up $21.8 from this one, and then we'd minus 10 from this, so we'd be up $10.8 on the day on Sleeper, and that's what I'm talking about, right? That's profit. Profit's profit, and then that's not even talking about the extra $5, $10 entries that you also get, all right? So POLYMARKET, another app that I talked about the other day. I just got a code from this yesterday. I got a ton of you guys interested in this. A huge app, guys, that's been taking over the whole sports betting prediction space type of thing. Is really cool. And I'm going to kind of sink my teeth in it the next couple of weeks here. I'm doing a lot of research at the moment of different ways that I can kind of attack the market and stuff. But get signed up for it. You'll actually get put on a wait list for a little bit. Be like less than 10 hours, and then go ahead and do that. Get signed up with Code Detective. You get a free $20 for signing up and making your first deposit. All right. Again, just text me Poly to get signed up for that. Now, third pick of the day is going to be on PrizePicks. If you guys will let me, I'm going to kind of cook a little bit here in League of Legends when I get to this pick, and probably do a little bit over explanation. It might be like a 3 to 4 minute explanation, but if you stick around, I can guarantee that you will learn something about League of Legends betting. I can guarantee it. Okay. So first pick is going to be Josh Hart under 10.5 points, okay? Why do I like this entry, guys? I think that he has had quite a downturn in as far as him actually shooting the ball. And you will see that a lot of his points come from being in these kind of like close range. He either does close range stuff or he does 3-pointers, okay? Hawks, one of the best defenses in the NBA, guys. He's probably going to be guarded by Dyson Daniels, which is also one of the best defenders in the NBA. And then they are third over the last 15 games in points allowed against shooting guards, and they are second in the last 7 games against shooting guards in the last 7 games, okay? So Josh Hart, guys, he has a lot of people to score points, all right? I think Mikal Bridges probably has a really good game tomorrow. I think Brunson has a really good game, but I do not think Josh Hart is going to get the volume that he needs to get 10.5 points, right? If you look at his field goals, they've been going down because they're getting more serious towards the playoffs here. And I think, a lot of these games that he's played the last 5 games, he's taking only like 4 to 5 shots in some of these games, all right? So again, that's just not enough volume to get 10.5. Yes, if you go 5 for 5, then maybe it is enough volume, but it's probably if he gets 5-6 shots up, he's maybe only going to get 3 of those makes, and then he'll be like at 6 to 8 points. So it might be a close one, guys. All these NBA plays seem to be very close. He might end up with 10 points. So that's why I really recommend you get him at under 10.5 instead of under 10. Another one, by the way, I still like Jabari Smith to go over tomorrow at 14.5. I think KD's going to get shut down. I talked about that one in yesterday's video. But yeah, this is the first play, Josh Hart to go under 10.5 points. Now, second pick is going to be in League of Legends, all right? We have Impact, we have Handbach, we have Dark Wings. And I'm going to explain why I really like this entry, okay? So the first reason, guys, it's super simple, and this is like the easiest way that you can kind of dip your feet into League of Legends betting, okay? First of all, the line right now is 16.5. If you do very, very simple math, right? We're betting on Impact, we're betting on Handbach, we're betting on Dark Wings. Okay, Impact's line is 4.5, Handbuck's 5.5, Darkwing's at 6. 4.5 plus 5.5 is 10, plus 6 is 16. So these 3 guys together, his line is at 16 right now. That's what PrizePicks has him at. And notice how I'm not using my data, I'm not using my predictions, I'm using PrizePicks' predictions, and we'll eventually get to Bovada, these sports books predictions against themselves a lot of time, right? And that's a lot of my philosophy behind betting, is using sports books against themselves, one, and using correlation on DFS apps. So these guys' lines are at 16 right now if you add all these up, and we're getting it at 16.5. Now, that might not sound like a difference. You might be like, what are you, crazy? We're at 16.5, and these guys are up to 16. It's only a 0.5 difference, dude. Does it really make that big of a difference? Guys, if this week has shown me anything, if this week has shown you guys anything, 0.5 differences make all the difference in sports betting. It can be the difference between you wanting to claw your eyes out and being very happy because a play hit, okay? So 0.5 difference makes all the difference a lot of times. If you want to dig your feet into League of Legends, I would recommend that all you need to do is look at these combo props. Look at how many there are every single day, right? And you can go through and just do simple addition, right? 6 plus 6.5 plus 7.5, and look if it's the same on the combo prop. You'll see here, 7.5 plus 10.5 is 18, so Chovy and Ruler, and Chovy and Ruler right here at 18, so their line is the same as it was, so there's no real gap here, so there's nothing to really to go through. So That's the first reason, okay? The second reason is based off of other sportsbooks odds like Bovada. All right, so Bovada sets lines for all of these esports games. One thing to mention about Bovada and all these sportsbooks, if a sportsbook has been in business for more than 3 to 5 years, you have to consider them a genius in their field. Why? Because if they were not profitable and they have not been, if they have not pretty much done what a sportsbook needs to do and make money off of losing bettors, then they would be out of business because a lot of sharp action would come in and they would send this book out of business. It happened to WinBet the other year, right? In 2023, WinBet actually went out of business because they were not setting lines very good, okay? This is a very sharp book. They know what they're doing. There's a reason why this book's been in business, like Bovada and stuff, for more than 7 to 10 years and stuff, because they know what they're doing. They have very sharp lines, and they're experts at setting lines and pretty much, at the end of the day, taking money from people that think that they are smarter than Bovada or other sports books out there, okay? So FlyQuest is minus 190 to win this game. If we scroll down here, this is my favorite part of Bovada, is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, right? So who's actually doing this? Who's scrolling all the way down to the bottom? If you look at FlyQuest right now, they are a plus 154 odds to 2-0 their opponent. Who's their opponent? Sentinels, the one that we're betting against. Sentinels is plus 325, all right? So going back to our entry, we have Sentinels versus FlyQuest. Sentinels is the underdog. They're the worst team, okay? They are, in other words, plus 325 to sweep their opponent, all right? So here are the situations that can happen. We can have Sentinels sweep their opponent, which is going to be going 2-0. We can have them going 1-1, which means they win one game and lose one game. And then we can have the best situation for us would be them getting swept by FlyQuest and them going 0-2. Okay, that would be the best situation for us, is them getting swept and them losing both games, because that would favor the under, okay? Now, you might be like, well, what does 325 mean? Well, you can look at a thing like a odds converter, and you can see that plus 325 means that they have a 23.5% chance of this happening. All right, let's round it up to 24 just for simplicity's sake. So 24% chance of this happening. Again, this is not based off of me. This is based off of a sports book, a genius at setting lines, okay? You can look at Bovada, and you can look at probably 5 other books, and they're all going to have very similar lines, and I would recommend you do that, right? So we have this line, which again is Sentinel sweeping. You have this line, which is plus 154, which is FlyQuest sweeping, okay? And by the way, the odds here is, let's just round it up to 40, so let's say 40%, okay? So you have 40% chance of this happening, and then you have a 24% chance of this happening based on Bovada, again, right here, 24, 40, and then somewhere in the middle here, right? So this is, in total, this would be 64, and then this would be 36, all right? So this is a 36% chance of this happening, which is a 1-1, right? So let's just say that in a 1-1 scenario, which is going to be the middle of the road here, that this team ends up either just, it's a coin flip pretty much. They'll sometimes go over, they'll sometimes go under, right? Maybe they'll go under and they'll get like 15, so it'll be close, but they go under, or maybe they'll get like 18, so it'll be close, but they go over. All right, so let's split this down the middle, and let's just say there's an 18%, right? 36 divided by 2 is 18. So there's pretty much a coin flip that they go over or under, right? So again, now we have the scenario where we have an 18% chance of them going under, right here in this 1-1 scenario, and then we have a 40% chance of them going under. Again, they're going to go under if they go 2-0 and they get swept. They're probably going to go under 95 to 100% of the time if they do go under right here, and if they get swept and go 0-2. And I can show you guys why after this. But 18 plus 40 is 58% probability that these guys go under, right? Now, one thing to note, is this the most craziest thing you've ever seen in your life? No, but this is a realistic estimate of what you can do on PrizePicks using esports. A 58% is a really, really good implied probability to beat PrizePicks long term and to get over-unders and stuff on, okay? So this is really good to win, right? This is why I'm never going to come on here and tell you guys that something has an 80% chance to win, or this is a guaranteed lock of the day, right? All we're looking for is things that have about a 60 to 62% chance of hitting over a long period of time, all right? Now, one part of that is I did say that if they lose, they're probably going to go under. If they win, they're probably going to go over, all right? I'm going to go through this quick just because I don't want this video to be super long. But if we look at Impact, which is one of these players, if we look at the games where he has lost both games, you will see that every time that he has lost both of his games, right? So here's a game that he lost both. It was against Furia. He loses, and he goes under. He loses, goes under. So he's gone under this line every time. Now, if we look at the games that he's won both maps, you will see that he's gone over this every time. And it's going to be the same thing for pretty much all of these players, all right? Here's what it looks like in a loss. Here's what it looks like when they win, okay? Here's what this guy looks like when he loses both maps. Here's what they look like when they win both maps, okay? They go over a lot when they win. They go under when they lose, okay? If they only win one map, they're getting kind of where their line is. And again, this is why I'm saying that these odds are very, very sharp a lot of the times, and this is why these 0.5 differences matter as well, okay? So I'm thinking, right, based on all this, right, there's a 1-1 that's supposed to happen, and there's an 0-2 that's likely to happen, right? If this happens, this is like the money right here, right? This we are super, super golden if an 0-2 happens, right? There's almost a very, very small chance that they go under. And again, this is like a 40% chance that this is like going to pretty much hit. And then if this does happen, there's like a 50-50 shot that it does hit, okay? So this is how I think about things a lot, guys. In League of Legends, I think about things winning and losing. And again, this is why I think about things also in a correlated manner, which is not really what this play is about. But let's just say that I took the overs on all these guys, and they end up winning both maps. Well, what do you know? If they win both maps, they all go over, right? As you just see here, right? They're all going over in this. Now, there's some little small details of like, yes, of course, if they're playing worse teams, their lines are going to be a little bit higher. But you'll see here, you can actually look at their prop history. Against an even odds team, his line was actually 6.5. So it was just one line higher right here. Hambucks was, for example. So these guys' lines don't really change all that much, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Hope you guys learned something there. It's kind of a lot of information. So if you did have any questions or you know, if you had any thing that was unclear, maybe you can go back in the video and listen to it. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to wrap up the video here. Hopefully we can start hitting some of these plays. I mean, like I showed with these NBA plays have just been, I mean, they've just been extremely close. I don't even know where it is, but you guys saw it, right? Those NBA plays were extremely close the past couple of days. Again, if there's anything to take away from this video, guys, it's to get Sleeper. It truly is. It is free money to get Sleeper. They have so many discounts, so many promos, and they do this all the time, right? They're going to continue doing this through the playoffs, right? This is when a lot of these apps get signups, is during the NBA playoffs, during the NFL playoffs. So they put a lot of their marketing budget 2 times like right this second. So get Sleeper. You'll get all these promos these next couple of days and weeks and stuff like that. And you guys will also get a $20 free play for just signing up and 2 free months of the VIP. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking around and watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.